Hello everyone, my name is Logan. I'm from the United States.
Hello everybody, my name is Bibi. Nice to meet you.
Hello everyone, my name is Sergio from Costa Rica.
Do you think Korea is a safe country from criminals and murder incidents?
I think Korea is really safe, especially coming from America.
I will say that it's extremely safe, to be honest. Like, I might not be like up the news, but I feel like very safe walking at any time. There's don't really like in any street. Feels like there is like no big problem, or I don't think like there will be something weird.
I've never been in any situation here where I'm like worried about like my own safety or anything. See someone walking the other way, I'm never thinking like, oh, maybe this person is going to do something bad. While in America, not every place is bad, but there's definitely certain parts where you don't walk alone. I mean, at night, there's definitely that. So I think there is a sense of, I mean, even the cameras everywhere makes you feel a little safer. Like you know that there's at least someone watching that if something bad happened, they'd be able to help you.
Of course, for like murder and aggressions and things like that, I think it's a very safe country. Like, I feel like for me, at least from all the countries that I've lived in my life, it's the only one where I can walk at 4 a.m. in the street by myself and I'm not scared. For the sexual assault thing and sexual harassment, for me, my personal experience, I love my life here, but on the sad part, from all the countries that I've lived, Korea is where I have been most sexually harassed. So I'm like, I don't want to say, oh, it's like, you know, it happens everywhere. But for me, it only happened here in my whole life.
So you can't walk by yourself at 4 a.m. in your country?
I can. Oh, in our country?
My country?
No.
Why?
It's not a good idea.
I wouldn't do it. If I can, I will usually use Uber anytime.
A cab.
Yeah, or like if it is around my neighborhood, yeah, it's fine.
In Paris, you can't. You don't walk around by yourself. It's super dangerous.
Have you ever heard of chain murder incident?
I heard about it, but I didn't actually like read a lot. I just heard about it.
Oh, it's like ongoing?
Yeah, it's all.
Ah, okay.
Like
It's
right
so
now?
surprising to have like serial killers in Korea.
Suspect.
But like it's happening like right now. It's not something that happened before.
It happened like a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
And we found him.
Ah.
So from 1986 to 1991, in Hwasong, he killed 10 different women, starting from their age was like 13 to 71. And it was a serial killer. It was a very shocking incident, so like police was like trying to search him, even like a lot of people tried to find him, but it eventually like couldn't. They couldn't find him. That's 15 years in Korea.
15?
That's very low.
Yeah, it's quite low, I would say.
Oh.
So now, after 30 years, we found him.
33?
Yeah.
Ooh. But it's still like you cannot punish him?
Yeah, because
the law was different.
I personally think, for me, murder deserves life in prison. If it's like premeditated, like you wanted, not just accidental or oh, it was a revenge or self-defense. No, but this is like literally like murder. Like you planned it and you went again and you did it again. It's also different ranges of their disorders, because I think if you're a murderer, then you have a disorder for sure. But for me, it deserves life in prison, and especially if you're a serial killer. Like, come on now, you just take just take all the years of the victims that you took, that they could have lived in the rest of their life, and just put them together, and then give him that as time for prison, and it'll be life in prison because there's so many people.
However, I think this one is going like way beyond the point of okay.
Yeah, like first-degree murder, like come on.
Yeah, and like a child, come on, like that's like really. I don't think that person cannot be like okay. It should have like probably some kind of disorder. I'm not a psychologist, but still like kind of think that there's
not a functioning human in society.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So probably I will say that it like deserves a very hard punishment. I don't believe in capital punishment though. I think like it should like life in prison or something like that.
Do you have this kind of incidents in your country as well, like serial murder, punishment?
Unfortunately, in France, it happens kind of a lot. Like over the years, there's so many cases, like I can't even count them, but there's so many cases of like serial killers, especially when you go in the country. It doesn't usually happen in like the city like Paris, but around the country, like in the countryside, it happens a lot.
It's kind of sad to talk about, but like mass shootings, where it's like, you know, someone either shot up a whole place, or there's been incidents where, not to scare everyone from Uber, like, you know, Uber, the taxi, there's been like an incident where a guy like picked someone up, I think he killed them, and then he picked another person up, and like, not over like a long period of time, but just like in I think in like a night kind of thing. So there has been, I think that's a real story.
Then what about the punishment, like the level of punishment?
It is like a state by state, the death penalty we've had in the States, and I think some states still have.
In France, the minimum for like any type of sexual crime, like it could be rape or sexual harassment, etc., it starts at 15 years. So
15?
yeah, so depending on the gravity and what the victim or whatever, it can go to life basically, but it's usually 15 years at least.
No, in my country, for murder, it depends a lot. Like if attempt of murder can go like from 5 to, I don't know, 20 years. But if it is like complete murder, like it really happened, then it tends to go from 20 years to 35.
In certain countries, like in my country, I know that if a murderer gets caught by the public, done for him. He's done, because people are so angry. Like you lost a family member because of that person, and if he gets found, either they're gonna kill him or they're gonna like beat him really bad, like put him in the hospital basically.
In jail, say someone who is like a pedophile, who is like, or like raped or like done bad things to kids, like those people in jail tend to be like, by other jailmates, tend to like die actually. Like other jailmates, like that's kind of a line that no one crosses. And so like those really bad criminals tend to get poor treatment by others just in jail kind of thing, because it's so bad.
Do you have the statute of limitations?
Yeah, so we do for like regular crimes, but anything that is like murder and serious, there's no way to like, there's no cutoff, no time cutoff for when they can prosecute.
No, I haven't found. I actually looked up the information, but I'm not sure. It depends different cases. I know that I heard there is like a very cold case that had been reopened, but because of statute of limitation, it had been like 50 years, so they couldn't do anything about it. But I think it also depends case to case.
In Korea, in 2015, it is changed too.
Okay.
It used to be 15 years, but that happened
like too long ago. Yeah.
We eventually found him, but we can't do anything, right? So do you still think it's meaning to find him?
Yeah, he could do it again. I don't really agree with statutes of limitation, because some people will come back and like do something. It doesn't matter like what their motivation is. You have like in history have people who stopped their murder streaks for like 10-15 years and then came back and did it again. So of course you have to catch him.
Like maybe if you cannot catch him because you cannot put him in prison, still like it can be a good idea to know like which person he is.
Keep
so
an
like
eye on him.
If something happened, like you can actually have already someone to accuse. Like, not to accuse if you don't have the evidence, but to look for.
So that's the thing. Like it is hard, because like when they change the law, anything that has happened before that doesn't count. Of course, it's still meaningful, right? Like if he is suspicious of doing it, like these are such horrible things that you should, but at the same time, like it is hard, because like, is there anything that you can do, right? Like, of course, like everyone wants this guy to be caught and like punished and everything, but like it is sad when the law states that like you actually can't. So I think it's kind of like a hard.
So last question, what changes can you bring to the Korean society in the future?
I think it's like hard to tell like what is better, because Koreans, the citizens involved, I think like it's not every country does that. Actually, I don't think like many citizens of any country does that. So I think like Koreans are kind of very well prepared society for that. And I don't know like what can be done, because Korea, like to prevent or to find evidence, you have CCTVs like everywhere. So it's hard like to someone to actually get away with their problem. But I think like as you said, like the limitation was took it off. Yeah. So I think like that's great.
I think it's good, like you said, 2015 they changed the statute of limitations. Time doesn't matter. I mean, as long as you can still prove like that this person did it, I think it doesn't matter how long it should be. And so I think both America and Korea are in a good spot right now. Like both not having the statute of limitations.
Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Korean Bros.
Thank you guys.
And I'll see you next time.